My father stripped my company and gave it to my sister. Until I turned everything around, my father stripped my name from the company I built and handed it to my sister, Isolde, like I was a ghost. At family dinner, they gave me a torn paper towel, while their names gleamed in gold on cloth napkins. I stayed silent, nodding while they mocked my unemployment. But when the check came, I reminded them the steakhouse was mine. I spent years sitting quietly at family dinners, listening to my father boast about Isolde's promotions while my ideas lived in silence. That night, they handed me a crumpled paper towel instead of a proper napkin, and everyone laughed like it was nothing. I told myself it didn't matter, that I was used to disappearing, but staring at that cheap square, I realized I was done being the quiet one. They wouldn't erase me anymore. At the office, Isolde called me Gregory's little helper in meetings, dismissing my input with tight smiles. I bit my tongue while she rebranded my product pitch as her own. Kayla, the intern I mentored, asked why I never spoke up. I told her silence keeps you safe, but deep down, I was tired of just surviving. That day, I saved the napkin in my purse. It would remind me not to flinch next time. Isolde tried cutting me out of the investor pitch by accidentally deleting my slides. I stayed late, rebuilt the deck from scratch, and sent backup copies to Kayla. When Gregory saw the final version, he praised Isolde. I said nothing again, but I noticed my nephew Liam frown. Later, he whispered, "I know what she did." I nodded. One ally was enough to start changing the story. 2 weeks later, Isolde filed a complaint suggesting I was emotionally unstable, citing my silence as erratic behavior. Her scheduled a wellness review. I smiled, thanked them, and left quietly. But in my drawer sat copies of every deleted email, every accidental overwrite. Liam helped me organize them. Kayla brought coffee and a recorder. They thought I was crumbling. I was archiving evidence. At the board meeting, Gregory introduced a proposal naming Isolde Sulku. I asked for 5 minutes. Pulling up a timeline, I calmly outlined project thefts, forged emails, and silenced credits with printed copies in each folder. The paper napkin, now laminated, sat on top of mine. Isolde scoffed, but Liam backed every single point. Silence had served me well, but now the room was full of my voice and papered dates and undeniable facts. Gregory leaned back, eyes narrowing. "She's fabricating this," he said. Then Nathan, my brother who always stayed neutral, stood up. "Actually, I've seen those emails too." The room shifted. The board chair asked Isolde to step out. She hesitated. That was the twist. My silence had made them sloppy. Their arrogance built the trail I followed. When the door closed behind her, I finally exhaled. How it wasn't loud, it was prepared. 2 years ago, I watched Isolde take credit for a partnership I'd nurtured. Gregory said, "She executes better." I sat frozen. A paper napkin from our lunch balled under my fist. Back then, I still believed they'd see me if I worked harder. That memory grounded me in the boardroom. I wasn't that woman anymore. I had receipts, allies, and the truth. The board requested a full audit. Isolde was suspended. Gregory stepped down to preserve family integrity. I kept the laminated napkin on my desk not as a trophy but as a promise. Kayla now leads her own team. Liam joins strategy next month. I never yelled, begged, or fought. I simply endured, recorded, and revealed. And finally, I was heard. At the company's anniversary gala, my name was etched into the wall plaque. Founder Adele Aldridge. I stood with Kayla, watching Isolde's empty seat. People apologized. Nathan hugged me. I didn't need their regret. I had my legacy back. The steakhouse, rebranded as Odell's, that paper napkin, now displayed under glass next to my founder's award. From silence to spotlight, on my own terms. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to check out more stories on my channel.